Welcome to Matters That Matter. In today's episode, we are going to look at the evil of ethnicity in this country. If there was any time I was to die in the most dramatic way, was in January 2008. If the marauding youth would have had their way, I would be past tense, so to speak. If you recall, that was the most trying moment in Kenya's history. It was just after the botched 2007 elections, and the country was slowly sliding into anarchy. I sat in my house in Nairobi for days, hoping things would normalize and Kenyans would get back to work. Stories of the Kiambaa Church massacre and the Naivasha killings were all over, and very few Kenyans dared venture out on the highways. The child in me thought otherwise. I thought enough was enough and that I needed to reclaim my freedom of movement. I decided to drive to Western Kenya through Nakuru, Eldama Ravine to Eldoret. The drive was smooth until I got to a small shopping center after Eldama Ravine. A crowd of marauding youth had blocked the highway and had all manner of weapons in their hands. My eyes caught one of them sharpening his sword on the tarmac, and my heartbeat hit the roof. While shouting at the top of their voices, they commanded me to stop. I stopped, pulled the vehicle to the side of the road, and with some strange and fatal courage, I came out of the car and walked towards them. "What is your name?" The one who was visibly the commander shouted. "Igara Kabaji," I shouted back. They looked lost and they demanded that I say it again and again. I remember repeating my name again and again. My name simply confused them because it didn't give away my ethnic affiliation, which would either have meant instant death or acquittal. Visibly frustrated, they asked for my identity card. The commander read my name loudly and my district of birth. Then one of the boys shouted, "Wewe ni mtu wa culture talk and books and bookmen." I agreed that I was the writer and presenter of those programs on Kenya Broadcasting Corporation Radio in the 90s up to the year 2003. Then he shouted, "Wacha aende, huyo ni wetu. Let him go, he is one of our own." What followed for me was post-traumatic stress. I cannot say I have recovered from the trauma. Indeed, if there is any nightmare I have, it revolves around a crowd of young men slaughtering me. Over the years, I have thought about our nation in the context of the hatred that we harbor against other Kenyans of different ethnic affiliations in the country. What is the source of this hatred and how can we cure it? I do not think we have designed a framework for dealing with this malady. While the Constitution lays the basis for a homogeneous nation, we need to actualize it through other instruments. Vision 2030 is a great blueprint which envisages building a democratic political system, and it prioritizes the rule of law. We, however, need to revise it and include the cultural pillar. Some people simply call it Ubuntu, which simply reminds us that we are because others are. We should strive to build the mental and spiritual infrastructure of our people that should define our allegiances and relations with one another. We have to expand our sense of time, history, society, and imagination. Ubuntu should help us lay the foundation of dealing with our conflicts and diversity in a civilized way. Building a prosperous nation is not all about economics and physical infrastructure alone. We have to recognize the existence of various nations that form modern Kenya and build an Ubuntu cultural architecture that would pull all these nations towards a goal. On that note, we come to the end of Matters That Matter. In this episode, we looked at the evil of ethnicity in this country. On behalf of my crew, Neka and Pambi, I would like to invite you to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. This channel is coming to you from Kahawa Sukari Estate, Kahawa Sukari Avenue, 1335.